All right, welcome to our Coach Open House, all about community. I'm Lauren. We are going to have a bunch of our coaches kind of talk about how the community of being on a team, in our team, Team W.I.T, how the community has really helped them in terms of their fitness journey. You know, how has the business helped them and just in life? We think community is such a huge piece when you join to be a coach, no matter what level of coaching you want to do, whether full blown, business or just fun part-time accountability purposes. The community plays a huge role in that. So we are going to start with Lorraine, one of our newest coaches, and she's going to kind of talk about the community and how it's impacted her.
Yes. Hello. I've only been a coach on this team for a month, actually, a month yesterday, I think. And this is actually my third time coaching. I know people on my team already know this, but for those of you who don't, I've been coaching on and off for the past 5 years. The other 2 times, obviously, it didn't work out so well, and I really wanted to get back into coaching. It was just something I felt like was the missing link in my life. And even though I was still using the products, I still missed having the sense of community and being around people who had the same goals and business and all that. So I stalked Jenna for a while and just watched her and listened to her and was like, this might be something or someone or a team that I want to be with. I was real hesitant at first because of past experiences. Kind of went back and forth with her. She was so patient. At first, at one point, I was like, she's never going to want me. I'm like a Fruit Loop here. I can't make up my mind what in the world I'm going to do. But because of those horrible experiences, I wanted to make sure that I was really, truly making the best decision for myself and my business. So really what happened was she was talking about her vision and everything, and no joke, like it totally clicked in my mind. I was like, this is who I want to be with. She clearly has goals. She clearly is working the business. She knows what she wants to do, and legit, the day she talked about her vision, my vision popped in my head like clear as day. So I knew it was meant to be. That was my sign. So like I said, I've only been on the team for a month, but I feel like I was welcomed, like I'd been on the team for the past couple of years. Just totally, I can't even explain it. I actually wrote notes because I can ramble on. Anyways, so when you first start as a coach on this team, you are literally tossed into, and it's not in a bad way, into the community. It's the coaching one-on-one that you get linked to, which I've never had before. I'm like, what are all these units? What? You can learn what? And then you get linked into obviously the team page where there's tons of information and value. And then obviously the get your fit together challenge group, which I've done challenge groups before. I've been in challenge groups before, and never ever has there been this many people and the sense of community within the challenge group itself as well. So basically what I like about everybody on this team is everybody's super real. I mean, just honest, open, definitely, like I said, has their vision and what they want to do, whether it be just, working the coaching business and being a 10-star millionaire club person, or if you're using the tools that we have and branching off and doing other things. Like I know we have the moms group who uses the tools. They have their blog that they're launching and they have their vision together. Lauren and Jenna have their fit and social group that they are passionate about. And actually, because of this community, I've been connected with Jody, who's not on tonight. She's actually not feeling well. But her and I have now collaborated to do something we're passionate about, which is mind over matter, which is dealing with mental health. We've both had struggles in our lives, and we're dealing with how to overcome any mental health issues or struggles that you've had using the tools that we have with Healthy Choices. So because of this community, I'm able now to collaborate with someone, not fumble on my own necessarily, and do something that we're both passionate about. And we have like all these different ideas of how we're going to use the tools for Beachbody to help other people with what we like to do. So yeah, like I said, I can't even explain this community. I can reach out to Jenna, Lauren, anybody for that matter, and ask a question and never feel like I'm a burden or anything like that. I post random stuff sometimes in the Team W.I.T page because I was like, man, I don't really want to bother them, but let's just toss it out there. And everybody usually collaborates or gives me advice or everything. So if you're looking to start something, I would say come here. Being on other teams, I have to tell you that it's not all the same. At least that's not been my experience. And no matter what you want to do, I can tell you that you will be supported, encouraged, and just loved on, I guess you could say, from everybody to do whatever you'd like to do. So that's it.
I love that. And I love how you kind of hit all angles of that. And you're right. I mean, whatever you want this to be, it can be that. And I think you've seen that, Lorraine, since day one, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember when she posted on Instagram, she like wrote out her entire vision and she's like, I just have one thing left to do. And I was like, is it message me?
Is that I waited and waited. I'm like, yes. And I have other coach friends that we have tried on our own without the support of a team to collaborate. And we just couldn't hold each other accountable. We couldn't hold each other motivation wise. Like it was really difficult. And unless you have a group of people, this is my opinion, if you don't have like solid people helping you and guiding you, I was like fumbling. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have nothing. And the other thing that I really like is our Vimify that we have. So if you became a coach, you would learn all about that. And it is pretty simple. You just kind of go through what you can do and complete it in order to be successful. So that was an extra tool that I'm like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to get out paper and print out like 100 pages and try to track all this crap. And I lose everything. I don't coupon because I lose my coupons. So like I would lose my Beachbody tracker sheets and I don't know. I'm like, who did I talk to? What did I do? So just the easiness that is really made is just makes it a lot simpler, especially when you're busy. It just makes it easy.
Well, yeah. And I mean, for you, you're working full time. You have kids that you're running around all the time and you're coaching and you're a wife. You have so many different pieces there. So I think to have it really simple is going to be key.
And also when you are doing a lot of those things, you're never felt like, I don't know, there in the past, it was really in some of the one group I was in, it was really high pressure and you almost felt guilty by not getting some of the things done. Whereas here, I even posted how do I do all this? Like, I want to be successful. What do I do? And the thing that, everybody had great things to say, but even Lauren's like, just give yourself grace. And I was like, okay, I don't have to try to get everything done. Like, just prioritize. And, their podcast, at least listening to it over the weekend was real helpful too. So definitely, I can go on and on, but I'll shut up so somebody else can talk.
No, you're fine. It's true though. You have to this is supposed to be fun. Mm-hmm. So you always have to remember that. And yeah, like even for people who are wanting to make this a full-time income, full-time business, yeah, there's times where you have to get serious and really get to work and make sure you're doing your stuff. But ultimately, this should be fun and you need to know when to take a break as well. And actually this is off topic. I'll stop talking. I took a picture. I saw this on somebody's Instagram story about when you need to take a break. And it was so good. So I will post that in our team page too, because when you start feeling this type of way, and I know I've gotten there, you just need to take a break and it'll make it all better and things will start being clear again. So I love that we can just bounce that stuff off of each other and be like, it's okay. We get it. All right. Next, we're going to hear from Elizabeth.
Okay. Hey, sorry. My computer's all over the place. I'm Elizabeth, and I'm going to keep mine short too, because I feel like every call I talk so much. So I'm going to let other people have a chance. But I wanted to start talking about the leaders of our community, because I think that's created the environment that we have now. And that's obviously, I think, bred from Lauren and Jenna. They have worked on themselves so much and kind of figured out a vision for all of us, like as the team, and helped to create us as leaders, like telling us like, you can be a leader, you can figure out your vision, you can do anything you want to do. And I think from you guys figuring out and kind of like making the path for all of us, that's really helped the community. And I think your guys' vibe it attracted all of us, and we all kind of have the same vibe, really. We all have like the same sense of humor. I mean, we're all different and come from different places, but we all get along so well. And like, that's what I love about it, because it's like, doesn't matter where you are in your life or who you are or whatever, like just your personalities are fun and attractive. And then I think we all have that little piece in common, basically. So I feel like our family, I've seen other teams for Beachbody, like on social media and stuff. And it's so, I don't know, businessy. And I feel like ours is more like family. I feel like super valued. Like my opinion matters. Like it's not just like show up and I'm going to teach you what to do and you're going to do it. It's like you work with us so well, and like you make us feel like, you know, when we're struggling, you're there for us. When we're thriving, you're there for us. So it's like, I just feel like I've never been alone. It's always been like friendship and family vibes more than it's been like businessy. And that's what's made me stick around, is because I want the friendship aspect of it. I was like a younger mom, so I didn't have any mom friends. So now that I'm like getting mom friends, I'm like I would have never had those people in my life, especially my bestie Rachel, who I met through this. So it's like that type of community. That's why I do it, really. Like I do coaching, my dream would be to be making all the money and, you know, all that stuff. But like, I just have so much fun doing it that I'm like, if I'm not making money, I don't care. Like, I don't do it for the money. I have so much fun. And like it's like giving me a purpose and the passion. So like, that's what I love about it, is that it's fun. So I do make the money because I like want to do it. So that works out, but it's like, it's not all about the money. And I think when it starts to be about that, that's when you do get burnt out and you're like, all right, I do need to take a break because I'm driving myself crazy. So I would always just say, do it for fun, because that would just keep you positive, and that really will get results back anyway. You know, doing, like you guys always say, lead with love. I'm like, lead with fun, because if you're having fun, then you really are leading with love anyway. Last thing. Oh, the one thing I wanted to say was this community always does one thing for me, and it's always say the things that I need to hear. And it's like, could be something so obvious that I just can't get to, or like something I've been trying to figure out. And then I just talk to somebody in the group and I'm like, duh, like, why couldn't I think of that on my own? You know? So like, it's really helped with roadblocks and just kind of like figuring things out, and things that are not fitness related, like just every type of part of my life. If I have an issue with anything that doesn't even have to pertain to Beachbody, it's family. So like, I just come to you guys all the time, pretty much. And that's pretty much all I really have to say. I just love the community. I don't get out much because I have 2 kids, and this is like one of the highlights, get to be able to interact with people that, you know, have the same values as me, and, you know, just have fun.
I love what you said, Elizabeth, about us all having like that same quirky personality trait of just, like, keeping things fun and real. I mean,
yeah,
that's so true. And I mean, I even said on my stories today, I was like, you know, I'm obviously here as a fitness coach, and I was talking about yesterday we went tailgating, and the only vegetable I had was like in my breakfast burrito and on my pizza, like and I feel like we can have that same kind of relationship as a team too, and just, you know, keep it very down to earth.
for sure.
So, and I was going to say too, for anyone who is, you know, thinking about coaching or is new tonight on this call or watching the recording, this is what we do every Monday night. We get on and we have just different topics we talk about. Sometimes we get some game plans together for the month, or we'll, you know, touch base on what everybody's doing and what we're working on, or we'll open calls up for, you know, just open house kind of feel, so everybody can kind of get a feel for what this is. But I look forward to this every single Monday. Like, it makes me so happy to be able to be on these calls, because this is what it is. So Megan, would you like to jump in?
Okay, I'm unmuting myself. So I wrote down everything I was going to say because I don't ever talk in front of people, so I get really nervous when I talk. I forget things. So my story isn't quite like everyone else's. I've been with 5 different companies, some of them more than once, but none of them felt like they were the right, no matter how hard I was trying to make it work. I found great people along the way, but nothing felt quite right. It wasn't until I got on my first team call when I knew I had found what I needed and was looking for. I knew I was in the right place with all the right people. I'm just starting to talk more on our team calls, but I'm trying to come out of my shell. What better way to do that than what I'm doing right now by talking to all you amazing ladies. This fitness community is changing me in so many positive ways. Many may not see it yet, but I promise you they will. These ladies are here for me no matter what I need. If I have questions, guess what? I just post on our team page, and within minutes I have the answers I'm needing and the support to keep me pushing towards my goals. For example, the other day when I signed up to talk to you ladies, I was so nervous. So I messaged my accountability partner, and within a few minutes, she sent me an amazing supportive voice message encouraging me to share me and how it's changing me, because I'm the only one that can get my story right, because it's my journey, not anyone else's. And guess what? She's all the way from Ireland. So we support each other no matter where we live and where we're at on this journey. So if you're wanting to be, Peyton, go away. So if you're wanting, hold on, sorry guys. Okay, so if you're wanting to be better, your mind, body, and soul, you're right where you need to be. This community we have is such a blessing no matter what stage of your journey you're at. Whether you're just starting to think you want to make a change or you're a fitness pro already, you'll find that support with this fitness community. They push you, they keep you positive, they keep you motivated, and they keep you on your path, no matter where it takes and what it takes. You'll find that here. And I know firsthand because I've found it. I'm coming out of my dark hole I've been in for about 2 years or more. Every day I'm smiling more, I'm laughing more, I'm becoming a better mom and a wife because I'm putting me first and making my health a priority. And this community is helping me do that and not feel bad for doing that. So I want to say thank you to Lauren for connecting with me on Facebook, and to my team. You all are such a blessing for helping change me. And I just want to say thank you. And you mean more to me than you ever know. And that's it.
You're making all of us like cry. I know Jenna's like crying over here on the side. Oh my gosh. I loved it. I know she sent me a picture of what she wrote. Like, she didn't send it so I could read it, but she's like, do you think this is good? I'm like, whatever you have to say is good. Just like, it's all about what your perception is of the community and just being open and honest about that. And I think just talking with you, Megan, I'm just blessed that you're on our team too. And I'm excited to spend Summit with you in New Orleans. I know it's going to be so much fun. Yes.
Yeah, so that's another thing for everyone who is new or thinking about jumping in. We have a conference coming up this summer in July in New Orleans, and this is the first year that like a bunch of us are all going together, so it's going to be blast.
It's going to be
fun. I can't even wait. So hopefully you're with us. That's the goal.
Thanks, Megan.
Thank you, Megan.
Right.
That was amazing.
Next, we're going to hear from my beautiful cousin, Rachel.
Hello, everybody. I am Rachel. All right. I'll try to keep this. I'm a rambler, too. That's why me and Elizabeth are friends, because we talk too much. You should hear our conversations throughout the day. But for community, for me, I guess when I started, I was a new mom. None of my friends really still have kids. None of the friends that obviously I've had for a long time. I just felt kind of isolated. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I didn't want to not work because I've always worked. So for me, when it started out, it gave me purpose. It gave me something to focus on every day that wasn't just my kid. And I love my daughter more than anything, but you just can't focus on them all the time. You just can't. So even if it was something as stupid as making my Triller workout videos or having someone message me like, hey, what are you doing? Just talking about conversation or talking about, I don't know, like anything, like where'd you get that shirt from? It just started out as just being able to escape the house without actually escaping the house a little bit. And then when I started actually delving more into the coaching, because when I started, I was very just a pinky toe in the water, just kind of doing it for some discount on supplements and my own accountability. when I started actually opening up and wanting to like be part of the team, that's when I started making like, you know, more connections with people. So obviously, yes, I met Elizabeth through here, and we've become really close. And there's other people in like our mom's group that we run together. Trinity's on here, Heaven's on here. They're all people that we've met. Like actually, Heaven I reconnected with after years of not talking anymore. But you know, it gives me people to talk to throughout the day, you know, and we have little tasks throughout the day, and it just gives me a purpose above just being a mom solely. It gives me a little bit of an escape, but it also doesn't make me escape so much where I'm not neglecting my duties as a mom. I don't feel like I'm not being a good mom, or I'm like gone all the time and whatever. I mean, that's my own battle in my head, but regardless, it's been a really good, healthy balance for me. And it's just like, yeah, this last weekend, just so you guys know, I was really sick. Like I was really sick. So at least having somebody check up on me and being like, hey, are you still alive? You know, that's a nice thing. And I don't know. I mean, that's my community thing. And I'm starting to reach out more and more. And I'm going to Summit this year, which is something I would definitely never do before, like ever. The thought of going to a conference with a whole bunch of girls that I've never actually met in person, like, is terrifying to me. But now it's not as terrifying because, one, I see them every week. So I know you guys aren't that scary. Like, you guys are all, I watch all their stories. Like, I know who you are, even though I don't know you. And it's getting me out of that comfort zone. And I always wanted to be a girl that like had girlfriends, but I never could. And I didn't know why. And I realized I wasn't hanging out with like people that got me. They just weren't my people. They just weren't. So it's nice to have found that are my people. And, you know, even when you're having a bad day or whatnot, it's just, you can reach out to them and they're there as little or as much as you need to. And I don't know, it's just real. It's just real life, guys. This is it. And it's, number one, it's got me in great shape. So that's lovely. And it's just, that's all it is for me, is just being able to be something more than just a mom, be able to be a little bit more. And now that I've been doing this for a while, I start having people tell me that I'm the person that helped change their life. And I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, they send me their transformation photos and they text me. And like, when I give them the tough love, they're like, thank you for that. Like, I'm starting to be that for them now. And it just feels good. It just feels good. I do this a lot more for fun than for anything. Like, for me, this is for fun. But I do try to hit Success Club every month. So that is always my goal. So, you know, not completely. I got goals and stuff, and it gives me goals. Started a blog with Elizabeth. That's something I've always wanted to do. Just something that's just kind of fun. And little by little, I'm trying things I've never done before and talking to people I never would. And I mean, that's about it. That's really about it for me. It's just fun. It's just fun, and it's nice to talk to people. That's pretty much it.
Rachel, I love that you said that you're around people that get you, because I swear I message you like once a week, and I'm like, I just love you. Like, you're just so funny. Her story is hysterical.
I do appreciate it.
I just know that if I'm having a bad day, I can go to Rachel's page and watch whatever she's doing, and it's gonna make me laugh or cry in laughter. And if you need to go follow her if you're not, at our Dizzy Fitty, because
you guys missed all my poop stories for over the weekend, though, for my E. coli. I'm so sorry about that.
Sorry that I missed those. Oh God. But she has these posts actually on her page where she was like doing some of the workout moves, and she's like,
oh my God.
Serious. And she puts her hands up and gets her finger or her whole hand caught in the fan and knocks the fan blade off. And then the next day, look at her finger still. And
it's
then
so broken.
I can't even do this justice. She did it again. She bought a new fan, installed it, did it again, and was like going up for a jumping jack. The reaction that you had was literally, everyone's laughing who's seen it. I mean, literally like, oh,
every bad word. I won't even show it to my parents because I'm ashamed.
Nick was like, you need to send that into Barstool Sports. I'm like, well, I don't want to, because I don't want Rachel to like.
No, please do. I don't even know what that is. That would be lovely.
Oh my God, you know what Barstool Sports is? You would make it on there in 3 seconds.
I would love that in a minute. Like, and everybody, just so you know, I do turn my ceiling fan off now. It's actually a part of my pre-workout routine. So, fine. I learned
literally, the funniest thing. I like
the funniest thing ever. You have to. I'm literally in tears.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that this little guy could bring you such joy.
Oh,
My daughter pooped on the floor yesterday. That was fun too. So there's lots of cool things. Not on a dinosaur like
Yeah,
Cameron
Cameron poops and
poops
is
on dinosaurs.
different.
oh man. All right.
Anyways,
Nikki,
okay.
turn it over
Good
to you.
times.
Hey, sorry, I don't have anything prepared. You guys said such nice things, so I'm just gonna go off the fly. So bear with me. All right. So, I'm kind of like my Beachbody journey is like very interesting. But the biggest thing that has come from becoming a Beachbody coach, I think, like Jenna, I'm about to like cry. Ugh. Anyways, Jenna had like helped me. Oh, I'm gonna get so emotional. I hate this. I should have wrote what I wanted to say out, so I didn't do this. Anyways, Jenna helped me at a point in my life that I didn't think that I would ever become this person that like worked out and had this confidence to even get on here and talk to you guys. And I think like a really common theme from like everyone that has talked so far is that this is so much more than just like a bunch of coaches, so much more than like a business thing. Like I consider Jenna and Lauren like my friends. Like when I think about like big transitions that I've had in my life, like the last few years, like I like want to tell Jenna like these big like moments for myself. So long story short, like I like left like the Beachbody aspect behind because when I found like this like power that I had with like coaching and stuff like that, I knew that it was time for me to like really go deeper and go further like in my personal goals and like what I wanted to like achieve like professionally. And the best thing about Jenna is that like she never was like, how dare you like stop doing the coaching stuff and like whatever. Like I didn't have to feel guilty. Like she was just so happy for me that like I was like following my heart and like doing something that like I was passionate about. And like when I said, hey, I want to come to the team calls, like was just like, oh, of course, like come back, like we miss you. You know, it was never like, oh, well, you know, you're not going for Success Club, like you can't be a part of this. Like it's so much more than that. Like Jenna and Lauren are like so great about like being a resource and like a tool to go to. Like you guys have done so much like amazing stuff like in your business with the podcast. Like you're both like such an inspiration like to me like professionally. And I just like value the support that you've given me like over like the last 2 years. So I mean ultimately like another thing that came up a lot is that like I didn't think that I had women that I could connect with. Like I never really thought I was like I didn't have like women that had like similar goals, and I didn't even realize that that was a thing, or that I could connect with people about like fitness and then they would like turn into friends. Like just like the weirdest thing. But like now I find myself like I'm like, oh, I have all these women that like actually like want similar things that I want. And it's like so encouraging. It's like so positive to have that kind of like those kind of friendships in your life that like add to your life instead of like trying to bring you down. Cause like a lot of times like you think big groups of women, you just think of, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable when I think of like my past experiences with like big groups of women versus like this is such an empowering environment. So I'm forever grateful for Jenna for messaging me on Instagram and you know, making me make the commitment to myself that I fought off for so long. And now it's led me to like these big career changes and things that I didn't even think would be possible. So Beachbody like really changed my life, and Jenna like really changed my life. So, oh, tears. Cause I love you and I love this group and I love this community that you built. And it's just like, again, like, hell yeah that you guys like brought all these people together. It's just such an inspiration, and it makes me like hopeful for like what I can do like going forward. And I'm just forever thankful for this accountability. That's what it started off as, but turned into family and turned into just like a resource and a support system and like something that I can't find in other aspects of my life. So
Oh, I love you. And I agree. Cause I'm like, I mean, lady, there have been days that I've like called you on my way home stuck in traffic and we talked for like an hour. Like
yeah,
never when
you're just like my person. Like, I don't know, like I like value like how much I can connect with you and just like how you've supported me so much, like even when the answer wasn't Beachbody.
yeah.
So.
And I think, you know, that's what our team is about, is really just helping you figure out who you are, what you want in any aspect of your life. And we're going to support you and help you push for that, whatever that means for you, whatever that takes. You're going to have a solid support system behind you. So
Yeah.
I love you, Lainey.
Love you.
She's doing some really good stuff too, you guys. Like she went and found her passion and has come back, and it's been a blessing. And we just want to let you guys know that, I mean, like Jenna said, whatever path you decide to follow, we want you to know like that we want to help you follow that, like whatever that actually ends up being. And I think that's the purpose of us like diving into vision and diving into like planning and game planning, because it's really all unique to you. Like we want it to be unique to you. And so don't ever be afraid to like, if you like have something that you want to do that, or, whatever, we don't care. We want everybody to be happy and doing what they love. So
Yeah.
love you, lady.
You guys.
So,
All right. Jenna is next.
It's me. I'm done folding. I like that about this community. I can fold my laundry while I'm at a meeting. So I will start out just with the backstory of kind of who I was before Lauren reached out to me. So prior to her really getting me into coaching, I creeped her, like many other people have said. And I was on my journey and I was making gains by myself, but I was kind of forced to move into a small community, like very small. I live by corn stalks. It's boring. I have goats. Those are my friends. And once Lauren kind of reached out to me, I was nervous, scared, didn't really know what it was because I'd done like Pampered Chef, like a salesy thing before. And like other people have said, was kind of like left to myself to like fail and struggle and then would give up. And I kind of realized, I mean, I failed and struggled a lot, but every time someone picks me up. And that's what this community does. So things are going to be hard. Things you're going to screw up. Like I remember one time I posted, I was like, I made an Instagram post with spaces. Like that's what I was excited about. And people will support you through that. And just being able to be at my home with my family and my kids and make some extra money because I'm a teacher, I need to pay off my loans, and be able to have people that will talk to you and help you is such a huge aspect of this. And I was nervous and wasn't sure if it was for me, but the more and more I get into it and the more people I connect with, the more I realize I had a lot more inside of me that I never knew was there. And I'm becoming this leader that I didn't think was possible in a very small community, solely because of the community that supports me. Because when I fall, it's a soft landing, and that's what I needed, And so if you're in a place where you feel like alone or unsupported, this is a place where you can kind of find your niche. You can find something that you can give back to the world. And that's, for me as a teacher, I'm like, everybody's stressed out and freaking out. And I need to do something about it, but I didn't have the strength alone. And now I'm doing it with Jenna and Lauren's support. So I think without this community, I think it's going to be really hard for people to change the face of fitness and change the face of mental health and family values. Like all of us on here want to spend more time with our families while still providing and feeling like we're doing something. So that's why I love this community. That's why I want people to join it that I know, because I trust it and I trust the people. So that's it.
That was so good. Drop the mic. Oh my God. I feel like this was one of my favorite open houses just because it's like we could talk about, I mean, we did one on branding and things, and that's, that's important, like logistics, whatever. But like, this is like what I tell people when I'm talking to them about coaching and they're kind of nervous. I'm like, dude, if you're going to do it, the community is worth it. No matter what the heck you do with it. It doesn't matter if you're a discount coach and decide to not coach a soul. Like getting on these team calls is so amazing. And I'm like, if you do anything throughout your coaching journey, just getting on our Monday night calls and being part of the group and sharing your day and what's going on and asking questions. And I mean, I feel like for me, if I didn't have this call, I feel like I would probably like lose it sometimes. Just like, you know, being home as a mom and doing all the things and being busy and trying to be perfect. I even told my husband tonight, like, I'm like, I feel like a bad mom because I don't eat dinner with my kid as a family. I was like telling him, I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to like make dinner and have everybody sit down and I feel like I'm failing. And he's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, what? He's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm like, I just feel like a failure. But I mean, that's not really the point. But I'm just saying, like, this kind of stuff, like, I don't know. It makes it worth it that sometimes I don't have dinner on the table. Perfect. The perfect mom.
Well, but I think too, there's something to be said for this community, and like the fact that I can wear this to work is great. But also the fact that we can like get on and have really real conversations about really deep things. Like I feel like, and I love my friends from high school, I love my friends from college, but I feel like still, I mean, some of these people I've been friends with for 20 years, and it's still like very surfacey conversations. And here, it's not like that. Like we talk for 2 minutes and we're like, okay, what's your vision? What's your life? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are you doing? And like, that doesn't happen in a normal situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So does anybody else who didn't speak, maybe want to say something? You have any questions, comments?
I never eat dinner as a family. Just so you
It
know.
makes me feel so much better.
I feed Addie separately, and then me and Dom eat dinner after she goes to bed.
Okay, well, that makes me feel better.
Yep,
Much
just
better.
so you know. Never.
We don't ever even use our table. Just so
Really?
you know.
Dom's never home,
we had people
ever.
come over
So
and-
I
Yeah,
just,
Nick's never home either.
yep.
I'm
So
always
same
like-
thing. I'm like, the kid's not going to starve. I'm going to feed her, and then we'll eat dinner later. So nope, never.
Okay, but who remembers growing up having to be at that table, and if you didn't finish your food, I was the picky eater, and I had a timer set for me, and I had 15 minutes to eat, or if I didn't finish it, I had to go straight to bed.
Oh no!
Oh God!
Sadness.
I'm still like one of the pickiest eaters, but literally like everybody would be done at the table and my mom would be over, like my mom and dad would be doing the dishes and I'd still be sitting there and they'd be like, no, like timer and like countdown would be on. And then they're like, nope, you just get to go straight to bed. No TV for you tonight.
That's like straight out
that
of the
was me.
movies right there. Straight
Yeah.
to bed.
Oh yeah, no, we were at the table at like 5:30, 6 at night, every single night. My dad was a firefighter, so he wasn't home like all the time. But like when he was home, especially, it was like, nope, this is it. This is dinner time. I don't care what else you have to do. That is it. And now Matt and I, like, yeah, no.
Meanwhile, I dipped
We
my
don't-
daughter's vegetables in guacamole tonight. I was like, just eat the vegetables with guacamole.
My kitchen table normally just holds crap.
Yeah,
It's just there.
Mine
It's
too.
there.
That's
but it
great.
makes me feel so much better because I was literally like, because Cameron was like eating an apple and just like chilling and he had like his cheese and stuff sitting there. Like we had already eaten because he's like all crazy person all over the place. And I'm like, am I a bad mom because we're not sitting at the dinner table eating a meal? Like,
I don't think that's
all
our
hanging out.
generation.
you're
I don't
fine. You're hanging
either.
out. Yeah.
Um,
My husband tried to make us have dinner at the dinner table tonight. I was like, I want to eat on the couch.
I know. That's how I am too. I'm
I
like,
don't want to eat
TV
at the
trays.
table.
TV
Yes.
trays.
Yes. What was that?
TV trays.
TV tray. Oh, I don't even have those. I'm like over here on this ghetto box with baby toys and eating soup.
eating soup. I'm just glad you can keep solid food down finally.
Just soup. Just soup
Just
and
soup.
bread.
oh my God.
Carice, do you want to share anything? 'Cause I know, I mean, I'm totally putting you on the spot and you've been for like a week, but I just want to know, like, what's your experience as a newer coach coming into the community?
I mean, that's been the best part is that everybody's been there, like talking, and like even after like last meeting, especially, like people have like reached out to me, and like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go blank on my new friend who we may start a group together, Jenna. You know, oh my God, she's the coach that joined with me like the same week. I don't think she's on tonight either. I'm horrible with names. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're fine. Okay.
Um,
anyway,
No, but so Huh?
Go ahead, keep going. That's okay.
Oh no, so I mean, just everybody, we reached out to each other and we're trying, we're gonna have a call on Friday together, and we're gonna try to figure out our goals, and if we're on the same page, we're gonna both join and just kind of help each other out and make our own challenge group and stuff too, and really try to branch out on our own. But it's just so nice knowing that I have you guys to lean back on. I texted Jenna at 6:37 this morning, so I'm up at 4:30 every day. And I listened to Friday's podcast, and I told her, I was like, I needed to hear that because I feel overwhelmed right now trying to do this. And I was like, I definitely know seeing that, I know that I don't need to hesitate, reaching out to anybody, and that I can, you guys are there and you'll help me through it. And you're not just going to push me on the wayside. That's my biggest reason why I decided to jump and do it, because I knew I had the support system that I needed.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. And kind of going back to what Lauren said, the last thing we want anybody to feel is overwhelmed and overworked. That's not what this is. We want it to be a fun thing. And we've said that from day one. The second that it stops being fun, we need to reevaluate, and you need to figure out what is going to make it fun. And that's what as a team we'll do together. What are your goals? What do you love? What do you like to do in terms of fitness, workouts, all of that? Let's talk about that. Let's focus on that. And then it becomes fun again.
Well, I also think that's an old way of thinking too. Work needs to constantly be hard and stressful. Just growing up, how many of you had parents where they just hated their job and everything was just horrible? My parents still to this day despise their job and talk about how horrible it is. So I was telling Nick, I'm I feel for the longest time, I struggle with this, thinking that every job I ever have, I have to be miserable at. And that's the norm. When you're an adult, you have to be miserable in your job, and then you come home and that's when you have a time to have fun. And I'm still reworking my brain around that's not how it has to be. You can actually take breaks and enjoy your life with a job. Sometimes I feel I work myself too hard because I feel I'm supposed to feel this anxiousness all the time. So, and I think that's just something that, especially if you grew up in a household like that, where jobs sucked, that's just something we need to rework the way we talk about work. That's old school thinking, I feel like. So we gotta change that. Which I think us millennials are doing a good job at.
Take on another podcast episode, because I feel like that too.
That's a good, yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel that way too. Last month I was overwhelmed, I think, and I was trying to do a bunch of things and just, kind of stressing myself out, and it was almost paralyzing me, kind of like you guys' podcast about the analysis paralysis. And then this month I was I'm just gonna message when I feel like it. I'm not gonna say I have to message this many people by 9 a.m. I'm just gonna, because then my kids would be crying, and I would just well, now it's 10 and I missed the 9, and I would just be a mess. So I'm I'm just gonna go with the flow. Yeah. I'm going to go for Success Club. And last month I got diddly squat. And this month I'm oh, people are just, and I think it's my vibe. And it's just now it's fun that it's I'm messaging and talking to people because I want to, not because I feel I got to do all these tasks really quick and I'm freaking out. I'm just I'm just going to see what happens. Oh, Success Club happens when you just relax and make it fun.
Yeah.
Well, my gosh, that's so true, because Laura and I were even talking the other day, and she's we were on a call, and somebody was how do you get your abs back after having a baby? And Lauren's I don't know, they just showed up because I was consistent with what I was supposed to be doing. But same thing with Success Club. You're having fun, you're just being consistent. There it is. It's not it's not a forced thing, and that you focus on getting your abs back, you're gonna run yourself into the ground.
Yeah, if that's all you're focusing on and stressing out,
all you're gonna be is broccoli and chicken.
Opposite effect is probably gonna happen.
100%. I agree with all that.
All right. So, anyone have any questions, thoughts, any hesitations or excitement that came out of this? We'd love to hear it before we jump off. Don't be shy.
Everybody's always shy.
I know.
You're going to slowly learn to not be that way. And I want to say one thing. I know we talk a lot, but So I liked how Chris was saying, like, she found, like, you know, somebody that she might be like working with, and like Rachel and Elizabeth found each other, and like, you know, we're really like getting people together. But I feel like the reason that happens is from like speaking up on the calls, and, you know, maybe making posts in the team page, like asking questions, or going live and sharing your vision, or going live and sharing your game plan in the team page. Because that is just like putting yourself out there. People are getting to know you, and you never know who you're going to attract. And I'm telling you, when you have like, you're going to have this big community, obviously, but when you have that like one person that you can go to and shoot ideas to, and text all the time, and you really like develop like a really amazing friendship. It's just so valuable. So like, don't be afraid, you know, if you join the team or whatever, when you get on these, like, take that leadership role. We have a coach open house every other week, and we just have different topics that we talk about. And we always ask, like, who wants to lead this? Like, you don't have to like be the, like, there's no like, oh, you can only lead if you have this criteria. Like, no, like whoever feels like they want to speak on that topic, like, speak on it. We'll put you in our spotlight, you know, picture thingy and whatever. So like, take advantage of that kind of stuff, because I think it like helps you grow as a person, but it also connects you with other people that are like you and would work well together. So, okay. All right. I think that's good.
Any other thoughts, comments, questions? I'm not leaving until someone talks. Who's not me? This is the teacher. I'll just wait.
I really loved doing this in high school and picking.
I was like, I always talk because I'm the teacher.
Okay.
I know, the teachers can't shut up.
I can't. I know. I'm like, oh, darn it, somebody. But I think the one aspect I really appreciate, like I said, when I like fail and fall, and just like I heard someone else say, when they're struggling, they're like, I'm making everything way harder than it should be. The fact that I can bounce ideas off someone, like the person I talked to is Jenna Brown, and I'll tell her something and she'll like laugh at me in a nice way that I did it in such an idiotic way. But it's like, I'm like, yeah, I was doing this. And she's like, that's so inefficient. Why would you do that? It's just like, it's okay to tell people how crappy you are at something, because they're going to laugh because they love you. And then they're going to give you a better way. And people share things. No one's hiding things. They're all like, here, use this app or use this thing because it's going to help you be better. So you're never going to feel stupid, is my thing.
Yes. Anyone?
Definitely. I think that's the teachers in us. We want to share everything and find the smartest ways to do everything in the least amount of time.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
You want to stop recording and then maybe we can call in some people?
Sure. Sounds good. Okay.
Great.
Stopping now.
Trinity's like, nah.